So I'm back. We're gonna talk about avoiding complacency, because a lot of people get into certain spots in their life, whether it's after high school, most of people after college, after already getting a job that pays decently well, after getting a relationship, people get complacent. So I'm gonna just start with the after college, after high school aspect first. So after you graduate high school, I mean, most people are like, I already went through all this time and people tell me what to do. I'm gonna just do my own thing. And what doing their own thing usually constitutes is literally doing nothing, literally. So they might be forced to just get a job, a part-time job, and they'll literally go to that part-time job to fun, partying, and do nothing else with their life. You know what I'm saying? That's a version of complacency. Another version is after college. So people graduate from college. Yeah, I did high school and college. I'm done. Weird. That has to be the weirdest shit. I knew going into college that this wasn't going to be it for me. Like, my life wasn't going to stop at walking across the stage. Like, that's like, I mean, I understand proving something to yourself, but I feel like at that point you're proving something to other people. If you only willing to work until you get one achievement and flop, that's kind of like, where's the sustainability and progression? Like, why did it take somebody that had to give you material to study, to freaking work on projects and all that? Why did it take that for you to move, for you to work? It shouldn't have to take somebody else to get you to eventually accomplish a goal. You know what I'm saying? So most of the time people get out of college, they get a job, sometimes not even better than what they could have got before they even went to college, but they get a job and like, that's it. Start gaining weight. Most of them already gained weight, but start gaining weight with the girl, she gaining weight, or with the dude, she gaining weight, and then it's just it, right? So, point is, even if you're an entrepreneur, even if you're in sales or whatever, you reach a certain point, you just stop. Like, you gotta realize that somebody's always working. Somebody is always working when you're not working. So if you're playing basketball and you make it to the D1 level, but you want to go to the NBA, you can't get complacent at the D1 level, because there's somebody else that's probably in high school that's working to go D1 and go to the league, and that person could take your spot when they come to your college. You know what I'm saying? So somebody's always working. Always. Always, 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 always. If you working out to lift and model or do whatever you want to do, you got to realize, all right, somebody else is probably hitting the gym the same time earlier than you, might be going harder than you in the gym, might have a better strategic goal to where they want to get to, might be eating cleaner than you. You have to always account for your competition. Everybody want to make it seem like competition is such a bad thing. Like, competition is life. When you do whatever you do in life, you're competing with somebody for something, whether it's a job, whether it's anything. Competing to buy a house, competing to enter a school, competing to do a trade, like whatever it is, you're competing. Whether you want to admit it, whether you like it, that's just the way it is. So when you're complacent, your competition is getting an edge in some way, somehow. Like, the moment you're getting back from home thinking that you made it, or gonna be the times where somebody else creep up behind your ass and take you by surprise, and then now you're like, oh, then now you're thinking, oh, I should have been doing this, I should have been doing this, I should have been doing that. Like, you need to be looking at all the ways you could be failing now and improve on those ways as you're ascending, so that there's no leaks or no holes in your game. Like, you don't want any holes in you. You don't want to get exposed because you got complacent in a spot you're at right now, which can be taken. So let's say you're making 100 grand a year, but you're spending 80 grand a year on just going out, whatever, you're only saving 20, instead of probably spending 50 and then reinvesting 20,000 of that money. That way you stay ahead, so that way at any time somebody, or God forbid anything happens to where your business takes a hit, you have money invested in real estate, you have money invested in stocks, you have money invested into other companies that are starting up, you have money invested into things that are going to bring you money back, versus kicking your feet up and thinking, I'm at 100, this is how it's going to be for the rest of my life. Life is not linear. I'm not even that old, and I know that not life is linear, success isn't linear. So you could be doing this, and then all of a sudden start doing this, and then all of a sudden be doing this, and then come up again. So you don't want to be, when it turns down a little bit, you don't want to just take a nosedive and fall off. Like, you want, when the down times hit, you want to be able to come up, come up and just keep going up. You don't want to just be stalemate up a little bit. Like, no. That's when you're complacent, you're going to continuously slide. Sometimes it's a fucking dive straight down to the bottom, like center blocks in your feet. But rule number one, somebody's always working. So whatever it is, somebody's always working. For that law school acceptance letter, for that law school, whatever jobs you want at the law school, for the med school apps, for whatever you want to do, that top sales position, somebody's working. Another reason why you should avoid being complacent, you stop getting better. So when you get complacent, that's when you stop reading as many books. That's when you stop making as many videos. That's when you stop staying up as late, waking up as early, working out as hard. That's when that happens. You stop getting better. So let's say you meet your girlfriend, for my guys out there, you meet her, you on your game. You getting up early, working out before you go to work. After you get back from work, you working on your side hustle, you working on this, you working on that. You doing it consistently. You operating at 10x levels, right? But once you get with her, you stop going to the gym or you stop working out as hard. Right when you get back home from work, you don't work on your side hustle as long, if at all. You start drinking maybe. Your girlfriend's gonna be like, hey, this not even the dude I met, right? Like, who is this dude? Who is this dude? Like, that's complacency. You think, oh, because I got my girlfriend, I'm good now. I'm good. Like, that's not the end all be all. Like, you have to be in a constant state of, I'm gonna say, evolution, of growth. Like, life is about growth. The older you get, the better you should be getting. You should be aging like wine. Like, you shouldn't be getting older and your life be getting worse. I mean, I know, like, physically we all decline at some rate, but you can even control how fast you decline physically by exercising and dieting right. It can be a mental health trait. But if you get complacent, you start thinking that, oh, I'm good where I'm at. Good where you're at means that you're staying still, right? And staying still, as time goes on, means falling behind, because as you're staying still, there's people walking in front of you. So you're not really even staying still when you're being complacent. You're actually falling behind. And the more access there is to information, the more access there is to just general knowledge about how to progress in life, the quicker people are going to pass your ass up. There's people out here 18, 19, 20, 17, 16 making a lot of money off of skills that they learn that people that are my age or younger or even older don't want to learn. So staying still, being complacent, not adapting to change, not executing how you need to execute is what's going to get you beat bad. You know what I'm saying? So once you stop getting better, and you could easily relate this to sports because it's visceral. Once you get complacent with, all right, yeah, I'm a good shooter. I'm a starter for this team. This is it. All right, that could be the start of your demise right there. Because even somebody else on your team could pass you up. They could see, all right, you don't want to work as long. Let me say an hour later than him. Let me put up 300 more shots than him every night. Eventually, those reps add up, and eventually, boom, that's your spot gone. You know what I'm saying? Even in sales, oh, he only want to call 10 people to prospect? Let me call 30. Eventually, those reps add up. And it might take a week, a month, 2 months, a year, but they'll eventually pass you. And once they pass you, it'll be like bad. And then you wonder, what happened? What didn't happen? You didn't keep improving. You didn't keep improving. And so when you're not improving, the competition is going to the real competitors that's really trying to grind, that's really trying to grow, that's really trying to move, they're gonna kill you, destroy you, eat you, and then you're not going to be anywhere. You're not going to even be in the field, in the game anymore if you stay the same, because that's how it'll be. One person will see how this person's operating, they'll copy their blueprint, and if their sequencing is on par with how to improve, and it's better than yours, it's going to be a whole wave of people that just destroy you. You won't even be around anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to really take into account, what am I doing to stay ahead? What am I doing to stay ahead? Look at the top people. Not necessarily copy, but look at what they do it in your own way, and boom, attack. You can't stay the same with anything. It's over. And just last thing, with being complacent, you'll stay the same person as a whole. So I mean, I know I talk about jobs and school and working out and basketball and sports and all that, but you'll stay the same as a whole. So when you lose those habits when you were hungry and you drop them, it's not going to only affect your progression in like on your purpose, but it's going to affect your relationships. It's going to affect probably your mental health, your physical health. It's going to have like a ripple effect on the rest of your life. So if you were that type of person that was working out to stay sharp for your job, side hustle, and you stop doing that, eventually you start gaining weight. Eventually you look in the mirror, I don't look good anymore. Eventually you start drinking. Like, it just can get ugly, and it can turn into a rabbit hole if you're not staying focused on your grind. So don't stay complacent. Complacency will get you nowhere. Complacency will get you, I need to find a good example of somebody that got complacent, but complacency will just get you, I'm say it again, beat by your competitors in all facets and all ways. So till next time, real talk.